One of the key dynamics propelling everybody forward in season 2 is power abhors a vacuum.
Power resides where men believe it resides.
All these different kings are vying for the throne because they see in the wake of Robert Baratheon's death the chance to seize power.
Joffrey, Renly, Robb Stark, they'll bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Season 2, it's really building towards a massive battle.
We're in a council meeting, and then out of nowhere comes her favorite brother, Tyrion.
I come in with a note from Daddy that I'm being appointed the Hand of the King in his absence.
What do you know about warfare?
Nothing. But I know that our enemies hate each other almost as much as they hate us.
In the throne room scene, Joffrey prods a bit into a certain curiosity that's been born in my mind. I had a disgusting lie about Uncle Jamie. And you? What you just did is punishable by death.
She's got not an ounce of control over her son, and that's horrifying to her.
King in the North. In episode 1, we have this nice little scene between Robb and Jamie.
Stannis Baratheon sent ravens to all the High Lords of Westeros. King Joffrey Baratheon is your bastard son.
That's the first time you see Jamie a little worried.
At the beginning of season 2, Catelyn is with Robb, and Sansa and Arya, she hopes, are safe in King's Landing.
You're here to answer for your brother's latest treasons.
This is a poor girl whose father was executed. She's sort of been left alone with this monster.
Joffrey does it very publicly. He's not afraid to show how he's treating Sansa, but because he rules by fear, no one's going to speak out about it.
What is the meaning of this?
She's to be your queen. Have you no regard for her honor?
Tyrion is the only one that speaks out against Joffrey because he kind of can.
We're looking for a boy named Gendry. We'll be back with more men.
I'm with Yoren on our way to the Night's Watch, but hopefully Yoren's going to try and drop me home on the way there. What does the gold cloaks want with you?
No idea. Thought they were after you. Why? Did you kill someone, or is it just because you're a girl?
I'm not a girl.
Do you think I'm as stupid as the rest of them?
Bran and Rickon are still at Winterfell with Mr. Lewin.
Every night it's the same. I'm running through the Godswood, sniffing the dirt, howling.
These are dreams, nothing more.
My dreams are different. Mine are true.
Dany was in a much more somber place than where we left in the end of season 1. Does it ever end?
Everything ends, even the Red Waste.
So I took it upon myself to send my Dothraki off to try and find a place that we could try and survive. The one Dothraki that did come back came back with tales of a paradise in the middle of the desert that was intrigued by the idea of dragons.
I will vouch for her, her people, and her dragons. Welcome to Karth, my lady.
Season 2 begins with Jon travelling north of the wall, and he's travelling north with the other members of the Night's Watch, the Lord Commander and his friends Sam and Gren. The Night's Watch stop at a rather horrible man's house called Craster. He's a quite despicable character.
He marries his daughters, and they give him more daughters.
Sam does the one thing he shouldn't do, which is to fall in love with one of Craster's wives, Gilly.
I wanted to give you something. Belong to my mother. Keep it safe for me till I come back.
One thing we definitely need if we're going to take King's Landing is ships. Robb thinks the best move would be to send Theon back to his father.
Catelyn's always had an issue with the Greyjoys. You don't want Balon Greyjoy for an ally.
I need his ships. They say he has 200.
Theon goes off with these good intentions, but when he gets back home, he gets turned against me.
My fears have come true. The Starks have made you theirs.
Robb sent Catelyn to Renly's camp to persuade Renly to join Robb. Renly and Stannis are both fighting to be king.
The Iron Throne is mine.
No one wants you for their king.
Stannis is obviously next in line, but Stannis is not going to join the side.
Melisandre is a character who arrives in season 2. She believes in other gods.
You must give yourself to the Lord of Light.
I've said the words.
Events take a sudden turn when Catelyn is in the tent trying to talk to Renly. He is stabbed by some form of evil spirit which has been conjured up by Melisandre. Afraid that she is actually going to get accused of this murder, Catelyn flees with Brienne.
In the name of King Joffrey, drop your weapons.
I don't think I will.
When Yoren goes down, that's when everything starts to get a bit scary.
Sweet boy! Help us!
She already knows there's something a bit strange about Jaqen, and she sees the axe, and she gives them the axe, just leave them to get out.
Round up any survivors. We'll take them back to Harren Hall.
They are just focusing on staying alive, and that's probably the worst place to be if you want to stay alive. Unknowingly, Tywin Lannister sort of saves Arya.
Get these prisoners to work.
Bring the girl.
I need a new cupbearer.
Look.
The Fist of the First Men is where they were going to meet Corran Halfhand, who wants to go on a ranging mission to find out what the wildlings are doing.
I need to move fast and silent.
There's wildlings up on the pass. Corran wants to go and find out what Mansraid is planning to do. He's left to kill one of the wildlings, Ygritte, who he doesn't kill. When Sam and Gren are digging through the snow at the Fist of the First Men, they find dragonglass, and we're not quite sure what the significance of dragonglass is, but it's a curious thing to find buried underneath the Fist of the First Men.
The wolf pup has gone south. The north is ripe for the taking.
Theon completely betrays me, and not only me, but my whole family.
As any child, any boy would want, he wants his father's approval. They attack Winterfell and they decimate it.
I've yielded Winterfell to Prince Theon.
Betray me, and you will wish you hadn't.
Mother of Dragons, it would be an honor to host you at the House of the Undying.
The Carthene people only wanted one thing, and that was my dragons. And that began the theme throughout season 2 for Dany, which is the fact that she couldn't trust anyone. It's a pretty horrific, bloody scene that I return to, and the dragons are gone.
Where are my dragons?
The plan all along was Pietri and Zarazau and Doxos would steal my dragons and rule.
You have my dragons.
I will take you to the House of the Undying, where I have put them.
You let a half-wit escape with a cripple, and Rickon too, the little one.
Theon basically turns his back completely on our family.
I told you what would happen if you served me loyally, and what would happen if you did not.
He's really stabbed me in the back completely.
Got as far as the farm, and then doubled back.
Must have been the farmer's boys.
Killed them, burned them, and passed them off as little lots.
Fate has given us this chance to...
You lost your mind! Get out! The Lannisters are desperate to get Jaime back, so Littlefinger deceives Catelyn.
Both girls are healthy.